Hello. Welcome to our 12:30 yoga. I'm Stephanie and I've been teaching at HealthQuest for a very long time. And this is kind of exciting for me to finally be live, I guess on a TV in a way, on your phones, on your laptops, whatever it takes to introduce our first series of virtual classes. So welcome everybody. So let's just take a deep breath in, everyone. Let's start standing. Take a deep breath in and just exhale all the way out. And just close your eyes. Let's do that one more time. Inhale the breath. Exhale out any of that tension, stress, and craziness. And considering what's going on, I think we might need one additional breath. Inhale here. And really take your time to exhale it all away. All right, so I don't know if you noticed, I do have a couple of blocks. You don't need any blocks. If you do choose to have a block and don't actually have a yoga block at home, I might suggest you grabbing a towel, rolling it up. Perhaps you want to grab a shoebox. If anyone still has a telephone book, I know that's probably dating ourselves here a little bit, but anything that you might use that can just help you if you can't actually touch the floor, or you just might need a little help in the poses. And even if you don't need help, sometimes I found a block is just a great assistant that you can feel something you're just not able to feel without one. So completely up to you. Have a mat, have an area that's wide enough that you don't have to, touch yourself. You won't hurt anything with any obstacles that you might not foresee. So just take a look around you, everybody. Make sure that you have an open space. Everyone start off just smiling, okay? So inhale, let's lift the arms up. Smile big because we need to use those muscles again. And exhale, open the arms up, and let's just interlace the hands back behind you. Now, as you interlace your fingers, squeeze your shoulders. I hate not being able to see you, but I have a funny feeling out there some of you are not really squeezing your shoulders completely. So think about how you can try to get your shoulder blades to touch, and now just let your chin drop down. Standing up tall, inhale, lift the arms up. Let's interlace the hands up here, press them up, and holding the heavens up, really extend the arms. And now everyone, take your hands back behind your head and just divide your feet hip width apart. Just dividing them gives you a stronger base, and gently press your head back into your hands as you point your elbows apart from each other. And just feel the weight of your head now resting into your hands. Standing strong into your feet, lift your knees. That's it, so really grounding your feet. Inhale, everybody here. Exhale, let's reach up and over, dropping the right elbow down as you lift the left elbow up. So right now, I'm actually lowering my left elbow, even though I'm cueing you to lower your right elbow. Be patient with me if I screw that up. Inhale here. Exhale, and again, pointing that right elbow down, lifting that left elbow up. And now everyone shift your weight and drive your hips out over to the left. That's it. And come on back up to center. Lift the hands up, holding the heavens again. Big breath. I hope you're smiling. And coming back, hands resting back behind the head. Again, feeling your weight resting, taking some of the weight off of your shoulders. Inhale the breath here. And exhale, lowering down left elbow as you reach that right elbow up. And again, inhale here, pointing that left elbow down, reaching the right elbow up a little higher. And now let's shift the weight and press the hips over to the right. That's it. Good side bends. And coming on back up. All right, just extend the arms and take the hands right onto the thighs, just coming halfway. So this is a great indicator right now on what's going on with your hamstrings. So if they're screaming a little bit, maybe we just stay here for a little longer. Drawing the shoulders back, try to resist gravity and not let them round forward. Pull them back, and now gently press the hands into the front of the legs and see how much length you can get from your tail to the top of your head. Easy with your breath, everybody. Just keeping that rhythm with you. And let's try to keep that rhythm with us today for the full hour. All right, everybody. Depending on how your hamstrings are feeling, lower the hands down. Now, if they're really screaming, bring them back up. Otherwise, you can keep them right here. And still, for now, keep that flat back. So lowering them down, just bringing some more intensity into the back of the legs. And everybody, let's go into that forward fold. hang here. So you decide. If you're really feeling that back of the legs are screaming, hands stay here. Not screaming too much, you can lower them. If you're feeling up to it, just hang here like a rag doll. Let the arms dangle. Everyone together, inhale. And as you exhale, just let any tension draw down your arms, into your hands, and out your fingertips away from the body. A great time to de-stress right now. Just letting gravity draw it out of you. Give it permission, let go. All right, on your next breath, take a big step back with the right foot. And just check in here with me. Make sure that your left knee is directly over the ankle. You don't want it in front, you don't want it behind. Try to find it directly over the ankle. And let's just lower down the back knee. So as you lower the back knee, check in with me. Lots of distance between the front heel and the back knee here. All right, walk your hands up onto your thigh and gently start to press your hips forward. So if you can't see what I'm doing, let me turn to the side for you. Lots of distance between the front heel and the back knee and pressing my hips forward. Shoulders are still lifted, so I'm not rounding down. And just opening up these hips here. So it's a bonus. With the distance with your feet and your back knee, you're also getting a good hip flexor right into the right hip, as well as starting to wake up that left hip. And let's just bring the arms up. And let's go for a little stretch back. So as you stretch back, press into that front left foot and drive the thumbs back. Lift the chin up high. All right, everybody, hands down, and we're gonna step back into downward dog. So I'm just gonna start here, and I'll come back onto my mat. Forgot where that camera was. I hope I stayed on camera. Oh, all new experience for me. All right, so here in downward dog, everybody, let's just do a check and see where we are as far as distance between hands and feet. So lower the body into your plank position. All right, just pause here for a moment, and all I want you to do is keep your hands and feet where they are. Press back into downward dog. Don't move your hands and feet. So that way you are set up proper distance and lowering the heels down to the mat. So for those of you who have loosey-goosey hamstrings, real easy to lower the heels. For the rest of us, might be a little bit more challenging. Understand that the perfection is just in feeling whatever it is you're feeling as you lower the heels towards the mat. Whether they touch or not is not important. And let's bring it back into the plank position. Everybody lower the knees down. Lower the body, elbows in tight to the ribs. Hips touch, roll the shoulders here. Don't do anything else. Just roll those shoulders away. Pull the elbows in by the ribs. And now all together, press into your hands. Let's just lift up into a baby cobra. So I'm a big fan of cobra and baby cobra. Upper dog I love. It's a great stretch, but it's a little easier, I think, and I need to feel a little bit more challenged after spending so many days doing nothing, no exercise for a few days. So follow me on this. Roll the shoulders, press into the hands, and see if you can lift up a little higher. Now, who's pulling their belly button back away from their clothing? I can see you. And everybody, big press back into child's pose. So, great place to go. If at all during this workout, you need a break. If you're saying, okay, haven't been doing this for a while, or maybe you've never done yoga before and you're willing to try anything right now, this is where you go if you need a break. So tailbone pressing back to the heels, arms extended long, energy out of those fingertips. All right, lower the elbows down, tuck the toes under, and let's press back up into our downward dog. All right, let's do the lunge on the other side. So bend the knees and step forward, right foot up between the hands. Help it up if you need to. Lower that back knee down. Again, lots of distance between the front heel and the back knee. Walk your hands up. Start to release into this. We're stretching here into the left hip flexor. We're opening up into the right hip. Press the hands and keep the chest lifted. So again, try not to round forward into it. And let's bring the arms up. Lift the chin and press into the front right foot as you reach back. Still relaxing everything from the waist down. Awesome, everybody. And let's go. Hands back down to either side of the foot. Step back into down dog. Look back at your feet. Make sure they are hip width apart. And now let's bend the right knee, drop the left heel down, walking the dog. And switching sides whenever it feels good. So keep pressing your hands into the mat. Fingers spread wide apart. Everybody lift the heels up nice and high. And slowly lower both heels down as close as you can get them to the mat. From here, everybody, walk the hands back to the feet. Let's go to the back of the mat today. Tuck the chin in, and now roll the body up. Inhale, lift the arms up overhead, salute the sun, and hands just to the heart. All right, that was our warm-up. We're going to move on now, to sun salutations. Inhale, lift the arms up, big breath. Exhale, arms framing the face, dive down. So just putting together what we've done so far. Let's come to a flat back here. Your choice, you can keep your head in line with your spine, or if you want to look up, some people like to see the video at all times. Good morning, and lower back on down. Walk it out one hand at a time, coming into plank position. So once you're in plank, shoulders are going to line up directly over your wrists. Make sure you are there, let the knees come down, and then lower the body. We're going to go back into that cobra. Hips touch, roll the shoulders, just come up into cobra. Maybe you just want baby cobra, all good. And coming up through all fours, pressing back into downward dog. Heels press down, sit bones press high. Look up and step forward, right foot up between the hands. Left knee drops down. Let's just take a big stretch back, pressing into the right foot. Hands come down to either side of the foot. Step back into down dog. Pressing the heels down. And now lift the heels up. Step forward, left foot up between the hands, everybody. And lower the back right knee. Bring it back. Sinking into this. Hands come on back down. Stepping back into downward dog. Walking the hands back to the feet, everybody. Hang here. Tuck the chin in and roll it on up. Inhale, salute the sun. Exhale, diving back right on down. That's it. And flat back. Hands come up the front of the shins. Look up if you'd like. Exhale, can you fold down a little deeper here? Yes, you can. Walk it on out. Set it back up into your plank position. Shoulders back over the wrists. Now I'm going to give you the option. You can lower the knees or you can just lower the body. Your choice. Hips touch. We're just still going to come to cobra and press it on back. Downward dog. So you notice I put up a little push-up in there. You do whatever feels best to you today. So let's step forward. We're going to stay with the right side up first again. Right side up, back left knee down. Press into the front foot and just reach back. Hands coming back down to either side of the foot. Take it back, downward dog. Try to drop the heels down. And now bend the knees, heels are up. Left foot steps forward. Remember, you can always help that foot up. No big deal. Back right knee down, and let's take that stretch. All right, hands come back down. We're going back to down dog, everybody. One hand at a time. Walk yourselves to the back of the mat. Tuck the chin in and roll it on up. Inhale, lift up high. Exhale, can you dive down a little bit further? Yes, let go right there. Coming back to your flat back. Hands up the front of the legs. Look up if you'd like. Exhale, fold down deeper. And now going for that walk back to your plank position. Set the shoulders back over the wrists and take your options. Lower the knees or not. Hips come down. Lifting back up, starting to get the flow. Exhale, take it on back. Whatever option you would like there. And stepping up with the right foot. Remember, we're going to stay with the right side. You can lower the back knee down or not. Just maybe press back. Feeling something a little different that way. Hands back down to either side of the foot. Step back. Ground those heels. Step forward, left foot up. You can lower the back right knee or just press back. Hands come back down. And take it back to downward dog, everyone. Let's walk it back. Keeping your balance in all four corners of your feet. Tuck and roll. Inhale, reaching up a little higher. Exhale, diving down a little deeper. You got it. Flat back, looking on up if you wish. Exhale, coming back down. Walk it on out. Awesome, everybody. Way to flow through this. Lower down. Hips touch, coming back up, and press on back. One last time with this. Step forward with the right foot. Making sure the knee is over that ankle and reaching back. Press the thumbs back, sinking into the legs. Hands coming back down. Big press back, downward dog. And now left foot, bring it right up. Looks good, everyone, and bring it back. Hands coming on back down. Step back, downward dog. And walk it back one hand at a time. Tuck and roll, keeping that weight balanced in all four corners of your feet. Inhale, just salute the sun, and hands slide down in front of the heart. Whew. Hopefully you are more awake now. I know I am. All right, so let's come to the center of the mat and balance. Actually, you know what? You do have the option. You don't have to be at the center of your mat if you want to hold on to a wall. If you're in your kitchen, you want to hold on to the refrigerator. You're wondering what those handles were good for other than just opening them? It's for yoga balance. So, completely up to you wherever you'd like to stand right now. You can move your computer or your phone with you, but we're going to balance. So, balance isn't your thing? Have that assistance. Let's take the hands in front of the heart and tree. In case you haven't been outside, I'll remind you, trees come in all shapes and sizes. So, if you don't want to come always up into a high tree here, you can keep your tree low. All right? Whatever option works for you. Wherever you are, though, I want you to think about good focal point, find something to look at, easy breath, and strong core. That's what's going to get you through this balance here. So just standing tall. All right. Let's take the hands straight out in front and open them on up. Now, realizing how important focus is, let's turn to look to the right hand. Try not to lose your balance. So just by changing your focus sometimes, it can be a little bit more challenging not to kind of fall over. All right, look back to center. Everyone holding it, I hope. And look to the other side. Look to that left hand. That's it. And coming on back to center. All right, let's take the hands up. Relax the shoulders. Turn the palms to face forward. That's it. Now open the arms up, bending at the elbows. Right there, you got it. Keep the foot pressing against the leg. And now take the right leg, wrap it around the left, transitioning into eagle. From here, just bring that right elbow in front. Take the left elbow on top. Palms can face out or palms can touch. Sink down a little bit lower into those legs. That's it. And now press the hands away. You got it. Now, let's try something a little bit fun and funky. Unwind the hands. The hands are going to go down. The right leg is going to go up. Woo! This is one of the moves you're probably really happy you're doing at home and not in front of an audience like I might be. I got lucky on that one. All right, so keep the leg up and just relax the body. Walk your hands in a little closer to that left leg and take a stretch. So now let's point the right toes towards the right side of the room. Don't have them pointing down. Have that hip open. Now turn the foot. Point the toes down, have the knee pointing down, and now the hips are squared off. From here, everybody, just lift your torso. Fingertips can still be touching, but try to get your shoulders lifted up, almost hip height. Leg is hip height, and then if you'd like, just let your hands dangle here. Right, nice and close. Also a great time if you wish to use a block. You can also use a block here if you'd like. All right, still trying to keep that leg up at hip height, toes pointing down. Hands dangling. Ready? We're just going to drop the leg and stand up tall. Whew. Ready to try the other side? All right, I got lucky on that side. Let's see how this side goes. So now, left leg. You don't have to do the same tree you did on the right side. So maybe the left leg's not your greatest leg, and you say, okay, I'm just gonna go here. It's all good. Whatever works for you. And maybe you were smarter than me and didn't wear slippery pants today. Not one of my best decisions, but here we are. It's all good. So again, think about what I said to you on the other side. Strong core, easy breath, good focal point. Don't hold your breath. Holding your breath has never, ever, ever helped anybody while balancing. But somehow we all seem to try to do it every once in a while, right? All right. I feel like we've been here long enough. Let's take the hands out. And now open the arms up. You got it. Standing tall, feeling your foot pressing against your leg. Let's just turn to look at the left hand. And maybe let's wiggle the fingers a little bit. Why not? And let's look back to center. And now over to the right hand. And we'll wiggle the fingers here a little bit. And then just looking back to center. Yeah, and wiggling a little bit, a little wobble. All right, arms up. Relax the shoulders down. Feel them slide down your back. Then turn the palms to face forward. You got it. Glide those arms down. I kind of feel like a cactus right now. All right, we'll call this my cactus pose. And now, take this left leg, wrap it around. Also, good pose if you are standing in line for the bathroom. Some of you might only have one bathroom at home. This is the pose you should go to, especially if you have a 14-year-old boy who all of a sudden just decided to lock himself in there. My son all of a sudden found hair gel and decided to give himself a new look these days. Not sure about that. Sink a little lower, press the hands away. That's it. All right. So now we're going to put the hands down and the leg is going to shoot up. Unwind the hand, hands go down, leg goes up. And for now, let's turn the toes to face the left side of the room. So you have a little bit of an openness here to the hip, just taking that stretch. And now turn the toes down, square off the hips, and just walk the hands towards the leg, taking a stretch here. Keeping that easy breath, everyone. And now let's lift up, and you can try to bring your shoulders up almost even with your hips. Fingertips can stay on. Remember, it's also a great time to use a block, or if you just want to have your hands dangle here. There we go. Still keeping the leg at hip height, toes pointing down. Ready, everybody? Just stand up tall. Whew. Okay, stick the pose. Let's take a big breath in. Open the arms up here, everybody, and thumbs pointing back. Let the palms face up to the sky and just feel really open here. Press your hips forward, and a good time to squeeze the high knee. That's it. Lift on up. Big breath, exhale, dive down. All right. We're at the front of the mat. If you're not at the front of the mat, walk up to the front of the mat. That way we can take a big step back, staying on our mat, right foot back, arms up, and we're just gonna come here into warrior one. There. So back, heel is down. Hips, try to square them off, shoulders square, arms up. Now we're set up for success. Everyone, still using your breath. Inhale here. Exhale, extend the body. So as you extend the body, I want you lowering it down to where the shoulder is almost around where your left knee is. And now take your arms back behind you, interlace your fingers and stretch here. So just a good way of stretching, challenging the legs, squeezing those shoulders back behind you. You can lift your hands up higher if it feels good. Keep them down if it doesn't. That's it. And now sweep the arms back through. Let's lift back up into warrior one. You got it. Open up into warrior two. So focusing now over your left fingertips. Take a safety check. Make sure the left knee is right in line with the foot. That's pulling back. Shoulders are right over your hips. You got it. Now about that back right leg. Keep that right back knee lifting up. That way this front leg doesn't have to do all the work. Reach forward, reach to me, come on. And lower the elbow down. Take the right arm up, and can you sink into it? So I'm gonna give you a suggestion here. Take that right hand onto your right hip, press the hip down. Now, can you work to try to get that left thigh parallel to your mat? And now let's bring that right arm back up by the ear. Beautiful. Easy breath. So just looking straight ahead, or you can look towards me. Hello. You got it. Now everybody press into that right foot and really reach your fingertips away from the foot, lengthening everything on the right side of your body. Let's go down, hands to either side of the foot, square off. That left leg, let's bring it up high. All right, hands pressing into the mat. Let's drop the left shoulder down and lift the right shoulder up a little bit. That way you can keep those shoulders square. Press into your hands, try to lift that left leg higher. Everybody lift the right heel, pull that left knee up with you. So you're set up, shoulders are right over your wrists, the knee is right in between the hands here, and this foot is not touching. You got it, so a little ab work. Press your shoulders through, try not to round here, press your heart through. And let's lower the knee down. Take the left hand in line with it, and extend right arm up high. So just an abbreviated side arm balance. That's it. Let's stretch to the back of the room. So listen up. Right hand is going to come to the right thigh. Left arm is going to come up high. Can you focus up to the left hand? Now make sure that left hand is back towards the ear, not the front of the face. And walk the right hand down the back of the down the right leg. Just down the side of it. Use the breath, reach back a little further. All right, everybody, let's come on out of this. Left hand down, right arm on up. Look up to that right hand. And now shift your weight into that left hand. Lift the right leg off. It's just hip height. And let's take that right arm up by the ear. Point the toe, reach the fingertips away from the toes, and just lengthen here to hold. Nice. All right, let's have some fun. Keep the leg up, but lower the hand down. Everyone square off to me. All right, so shoulders right over your wrists on both sides. Now here's the trick to this. See this left hip? It wants to kind of press that way. Get it right over the knee. How do you know when it's right over the knee? The left hand, the left arm becomes really light. Reach it out. So now reaching in opposite directions. Now, if your kids are home with you, you can have one kid pull your wrist and the other kid pull your ankle and really get that extension. That's it. Keep finding balance. Now, belly button, pull it back away from your clothing. If you're not wearing any clothing, which is possible, you might be home naked doing this, keep the belly button just pulling back. And come on back to all fours. Whew. Tuck the toes under, everybody. Walk it back. Let's come into downward dog. Ground the heels. Set the sit bones up high. You got it. Home base. All right, everyone, let's walk the dog again. Bend the right knee, press the left heel down. And then just switching sides whenever it feels good. Maybe now's a good time for you to go to child's pose. You just need a little break, reconnect with your breath. Join us again when you're ready. Otherwise, everybody lift up both heels high and lower both heels down. Let's come forward back into plank position. You remember this. Lower the knees or not, lower the body. Hips touch. Roll the shoulders, come back up through cobra, and return on back into downward dog. All right, look up to the top of the mat. Walk or jump your feet. If you've never jumped, try it. No one's watching. And hang here. All right, let's do this. Reach out, hold on to your opposite elbows. With all your strength, pull your elbows down towards the mat and feel something new. As you're here in your forward fold, please try to keep in mind, you want to keep the weight balanced in all four corners of your feet. You don't want it sinking back into the heels.
So maybe you're playing music, maybe you're not. I'm not right now, so I can really focus on my breath. And it's kind of awesome to have that opportunity. So use your exhale, everybody. Hear your exhale. For the entire exhale, see if you can be moving slowly, going deeper, pulling the elbows down towards the mat. Making the most of each breath in this awesome pose. All right, everyone, let the arms hang loose. And you know what, let's just take a step back from here with the left foot.
Lifting on up into warrior one. Yes, this is where it all started. All right, so arms up, back leg straight and strong. So remember that back left heel is down. You got it, shoulders and hips squared forward. Take a deep breath in and exhale. Let's take this forward, coming all the ways down, trying to get the right shoulder near that right knee, and then bring the arms back behind you. Interlace the fingers, and you want to extend the body here. So you don't want to be rounded. Lengthen. Now, your choice. You can leave the arms right where they are, or if you want to give a little bit of a lift to them, go for it. Either way, keep trying to lengthen through your spine, keeping that back left leg straight. That's it. Head's in line with your spine. Yes, I know, I was just checking in, making sure the camera's still on. And everybody sweep the arms through. Let's come back up into warrior one. Try not to lift out of those legs. I know, it's so easy when you're home and no one's watching. But pretend I'm watching. All right, pretend I can see you. Stay low. Go lower. Go a little lower. Yes, thank you. Now open up. Warrior two. Oh, you came out of those legs. Come on back down. Shoulders right over the hips. And remember, again, you want to make sure this knee is in line with your tootsies. Arms extended straight and strong. Back left leg. Knees lifting. Inhale here. Exhale, lower down. Now everybody reach to me. Come on. Come a little closer. I showered today. Come on. Reach. Now elbow down and take that left arm up. Let's take the left hand onto that hip and press it down. Roll the left shoulder back as you bring the arm back up. That's it. And keep reaching here all along the left side. Sinking into it. Nice. Keep lifting up that knee. Now press into the left foot and reach the fingertips away, lengthening here on the left side. All right, everybody. Hands down to either side of the foot. Square off, back heels up. Right leg up high. That's it. Press into the hands. Ground the hands into the mat and see if you can lift the right leg up a little higher. Left heel may drop down towards the mat. It may stay up high. It doesn't matter as long as you keep reaching the right leg up. And now everybody, lift up the left heel purposely. Pull the right knee forward and bring it right up between your hands. Remember, the right toes are not touching the mat. You're using your abs. If you need to take a break out of this, please do. And now everybody lower the knee down. Right hand in line with it, left arm on up. And modified side arm balance. Now we're going to go to the back of the room. So your left hand is going to come onto the left leg. Right arm's going to reach up and you're reaching back. Just take a stretch here. Left hand, walk it down your leg. See if you can reach back a little bit further. That's it. Still trying to look up, keeping that right arm more by your ear than the front of the face. All right, everybody. Lower the hand back down. Left arm's going to be up. We're going to lift the left leg up hip height. Point your toes. Make it look pretty. Now, left arm up by the ear and reach your fingertips away from your toes here. Awesome. Okay. Keeping that left leg up, lower the left hand down, right hand down, and just square off here. And it's okay, you can pick that knee up a little bit and replace it back down. So your left leg is up, hip height. Remember what we had to check on the other side. Where is your right hip? Get it right over the knee, and as you do it, you'll notice this hand becomes really light. This one's super heavy. And reach out.
Lots of muscular energy. Try to touch something in front of you and try to reach your foot away from you. That's it. Keep pulling. Head's in line with your spine. Belly button pulling back away from your clothes, assuming you're wearing clothes. And everybody lower. Hand and leg down. Tuck your toes under. All I want you to do from here, lift your knees off. Now, as your knees are off, take a deep breath in. Exhale the breath, round the back. Don't lift the knees, don't drop the knees, don't move the knees. They're just an inch away. Inhale, stretch it out, flat back. Exhale, round the back, tuck the chin in. If you need to, you can drop your knees, but try to challenge it. Stretch it back out, flat back. You got it. One more time, round the back, tuck it in. Coming back to the flat back, walk it back into plank, and just press back into down dog. Woo! All right, let's wag the dog's tail. Bring your hips over to the left and then bring them over to the right. Just moving side to side. A little bit of a stretch here. All right, everybody, coming back to center, lift the heels up. And walk or jump your feet up to your hands. Remember, if you've never tried to jump before, today is your day. No one's watching. And hang. Whew. This time, instead of holding opposite elbows, let's take the hands to the back of the calves. Now, your goal is to try to get your chest as close to your legs as you can. The best way to do this, inhale the breath. Exhale and completely deflate your belly so there's less air and you can pull your body closer to those legs. Use your exhale, everybody. And as you inhale, see where you can draw your breath to. So again, you're in an inverted pose here, so to inhale, it feels a little weird to really try to get that breath down into your belly, or even deeper, see if you can kind of pull the breath into those hips. And then fully exhale it out. And see if you can bring your body closer to your legs. One more full inhale. And one more complete exhale. Okay, release the hands. Let's step back with the right foot again. Coming back up into warrior one on this side. Whoop, there we go. Alrighty. Strong warriors. And opening on up, warrior two. Reaching those arms long. Now, everybody lengthen both legs. Stand tall. Zip it all up right from there. Reach. Reach a little closer. And just lower down. Left hand down, right arm up. So notice I didn't move anything else, right? I was just here. Now I'm just here. And I still have that straight line. If you can't see it, let me turn. So I was here, here. Now I still have that straight line from my hip to my shoulder. That's where I want you to be. Now maybe you need a block for this, or a shoebox or something. Maybe you don't. It's all good, but use what you need. All right, I hate when I see people in yoga and they're so happy they have their hand down, but they're like completely contorted. We're not gonna be those people. We're gonna be this person. So lengthen here. That's it, everybody. Now just take your right arm up by your ear and reach. Don't let the shoulder roll forward. Keep that shoulder rolling back and press into that left hand. Now, let's see if we can pull these ribs a little bit away from these hips. Lengthen here. That's it. Awesome. I think everyone's looking really good right now. I got a funny feeling. All right, reach the arms straight up to the sky. Look down to that left foot. Bend the knee. Walk the hand out a little bit ahead. Let's step the right foot in and then lift on up. That's it. Finding some more balance. Ready, everybody? Just a big step back, land in warrior two. You got it. Turn the left palm up, Drop down into the legs, and let's go back to Sun Warrior. So reaching that left arm up, walk the right hand down the leg, sink a little lower into the legs. Reach back a little further. Walk the hand down a little bit more. And now coming on back up for Warrior Two. You got it. Hands down, everybody. And just step back into plank position. All right, so part of triangle series, we're gonna add in a broken triangle. So, of course my blocks are in my way. I'm gonna take my right leg and I'm gonna thread it through. Notice it's still in line with my hip, right? So it's not back here, it's right in line with my hip. And then I'm just gonna turn and lift up the left arm. Foot's flexed. That's it, broken triangle. I learned this one from my dear friend Beth. Always makes me smile when I do it, because I think of her. All right, ready everybody? Now, here comes the fun part. Don't move your hips. They stay right here. Lower down your hand. And now you get a good stretch. That's it. So you don't want the hips dropping down. You don't want them lifting up. You want them right where they were before. Try to press into both hands. And now step it on back into plank position. Let's lower the knees or just lower the body. Hips touch. Roll the shoulders back to cobra. And let's do child's pose. I feel like sometimes if I don't give you guys permission to go to child's pose, you just don't. Even though your body could be saying, I need child's pose. So everyone stay here, reconnect with your breath, feeling good. Whew. Deep breath in, exhale, and still try to relax. But what I'd like to see is arms fully extended, energy out of the fingertips, because you're still in a pose. You want to feel something. You want to keep that energy flowing. So where it's a great place to reconnect with your breath, you don't just want to stop your practice. All right. How are you feeling about dolphin pose? Let's do it. Elbows down, make two fists. Bring the fists together. Tuck the toes under and lift on up. Hips pressing up, heels pressing down. So look back to your feet, make sure that they're hip width apart and grounding into your forearms. If anybody would like to do a headstand, now would be the time. So keep pressing into the forearms. And everyone, let's lift the right leg up here. If you're not in a headstand, lift the right leg up. If you're in a headstand, just hold your headstand. Be a rock star. As your right leg is up, really try to think about pressing your forehead down towards the mat. By saying forehead, it kind of gets your head in a better alignment. And lower the right leg down. Walk it back up to downward dog. And look up, walk or jump the feet back up to the hands. Remember, no one's watching, so try to jump. Hang here. Whew. I miss my music because I feel like I'm just heavy breathing. I guess that's a good thing, right? Alrighty, everybody. Other side. Left leg steps back. Heel down and bring it on up. Warrior One. And now opening it on up into Warrior Two. So we got to get the setup first. Lengthen both legs. Really lift the ribs off of the hips so you have lots of length there. Come on forward. Come on. And now keep the body still. Remember, just the arms move. So you're looking to keep that one straight line from your left hip to your left armpit. And then if you can, keep that length and lower the hand down. Go for it. I'm just going to grab my block. I think I'll use the purple one this time. It gets me a little higher. And sometimes it's really good if you have blocks of different sizes, because then you can feel something different. Keep lifting your ribs off of your hips. That's it. Now let's take that left arm up by the ear. So pressing your hips to the back of the room, reaching your arm right by your ear and the fingertips to the front of your room. And if you'd like, look up. All right. Look down, bend your knee, walk that right hand out. Arm's gonna go straight up. Left leg gives a little step in and up we go. And once we're up, try to change your focus to look to the left side of the room so your head's right in line with your spine. I like to flex my foot I like to pretend I'm pressing it up against an imaginary wall. All good. Alrighty. So a little bit of balance here, right, today? Why not? Again, you're home. If you need to hold on to something, you have that ability. And let's take a big step back. Warrior two. Woo! Lift, turn your right palm up to the sky and reach on back for sun warrior. That's it. So walking your hands down the leg. And right arm reaches back. Sink a little deeper. Walk the left hand down. Inhale to reach back. Exhale to walk down. That's it. Try to keep your arm back by the ear, not the front of the face. And one hand at a time, come on down. Let's come on down into our plank position. All right, broken triangle, side two. So this time, left leg's gonna thread itself through. Remember, it's gonna be even with your hips. And then turn to the right, right arm up. You got it. Coming back to that easy breath. And now everybody keep your hips right where they are. Lower down the right hand and square off. And taking that stretch. I'm hoping that feels good to you all. Feels good to me. And stepping back into plank position. Let the knees drop down if you wish, otherwise just lower the body. Hips touch. Come on up through cobra and we're gonna press back into downward dog. Alrighty. Grounding the heels. Look up, step forward. Let's go right foot forward. Why not? Okay. Here comes the fun part. Lengthen both legs. Try not to really move the feet any closer towards each other. If you really can't balance here, then of course move them in towards each other, but you really want to keep them a good distance away. Notice also my feet are hip distance apart. They're not lined up one behind each other, they're slightly apart. All right, this is probably my favorite yoga pose, so I'm so happy to share it with you here today. If you have blocks, it's great to have one on either side if you wish. Okay. You certainly don't have to. What I'd like you to do though, if you don't have blocks, or even if you do and you want to come with me here, walk your hands up the front of the leg. Again, you could use your blocks. Find a flat back. Keeping your heart pressing through. Now, open the arms up out to the side. So it's like a big airplane, right? Palms are facing down. Now, think for me about this. Right hip is going to pull back. Left hip is going to press forward. Keep those hips with the right hip pulling back and the left hip pressing forward. And let's hold on to opposite elbows back behind you. Lead with your heart, everybody. Keep that left hip pulling forward and that right hip pulling back. And do you feel that in the back of the leg? Oh my gosh, I think I can actually hear you guys from here screaming, yes. Yes, I feel it. I might actually feel it enough for all of you out there. All right, take a deep breath in and let the body fold forward. Now, the trick to this is to keep looking ahead of that right foot. If you look towards the leg or if you really look towards the foot, just moving your head out of that alignment might cause you to lose your balance. So keep trying to look out a little bit. Keep the hips squared off, please. Again, pulling that left hip forward. Yes, that's it. Now, big breath in, everybody. Exhale, release the hands down to the mat or down to your blocks and press your heart towards your thigh. Now you can let your head hang. Now you can look towards your foot or your leg or your knee. And just keep exhaling here. Everybody, left hip still pulling forward, right hip still pressing back. You had enough? Are you ready to come out? All right, bend the front knee and let's just step back into downward dog. Come forward into plank position. Lower the knees and lower the body all the way down. Whew. Open the arms out. Tent your hands so that your fingers are down and lifting the fingers off. Just let the fingers relax here. Relax at the joints, relax at your wrist, relax at your elbows, relax at your shoulders. And then just let the legs float up. And now just pretend you're floating. Let go here, everybody. You can float in water, you can float on air. Let all that tension out of your body here. As you're floating, see if you can lift your arms and legs up a little higher. Nice. Head's right in line with your spine. And lower down. That's it. Hands underneath your shoulders. Tuck the toes under. Press up through plank and back into down dog. Look to the top of the mat, and now left foot's going to step forward into a lunge. Okay? Now making sure that your feet are still hip width apart, right? Right like that. You don't want them lined up. Straighten both legs. And if you need to walk the back foot in a couple inches, go for it. All right? But you still want to keep them far enough apart that you're really going to benefit from the stretch in your hamstring. Because that's what it's all about right now. So again, you can use your blocks. I don't know how my blocks got so far away. Alrighty. You can use your blocks, find a flat back. Alright, you can also just bring your hands onto the front of your leg with me here and find that flat back. As you find that perfectly flat spine, you want to go back to thinking of your hips. Right hip forward this time, left hip back. This hip's pressing forward, this hip's pressing back. Alright? Keeping your flat back, open the arms up. Bring them back behind you. Hold on to opposite elbows. Keep leading with your heart. And again, right hip pulling forward, left hip pulling back. You should start to feel this in that left hamstring. Inhale here, everyone. Exhale, let the body float over the leg. Now remember, you want to keep looking out ahead of your left foot. What's the left hip doing? It's pulling back. What's the right hip doing? It's pressing forward. You got it. Keep pressing your body towards your leg, keeping that length in your spine and those hips going. Opposite directions. One more full breath here, everybody. Then release the hands down and let yourself fold over your leg. Both legs are straight. I should mention that. Sorry. I forgot that cue on the other side. Make sure both of your legs are straight. You really can't get into a hamstring stretch if your knee is soft. Woo! I'm feeling this. So, keeping that right hip pulling forward, that left hip pressing back. And now relax your body over the leg. Use the exhale. One more full breath here. Again, right hip pressing forward, left hip pulling back. All right, soften your front knee. Look up, smile. Now let's turn to the side. As you turn to the side, keep your blocks close by if you're using them. Feet are going to be in parallel, so you don't want them turned out. Have them parallel with the edge of your mats. And just fold over here. Let's hold on to the back of the calves and pull your body towards that open space. That's it. Again, still with that exhale, see what you can feel each time you exhale out. Pulling yourselves into that open area. All right. Let's add a little rotation here. So walk yourselves on up. If you want to use a block, you can use a block, put it right under your nose. If you don't want to use the block, no problem. Put your hand down. But I need you to find a flat back from your tail to the top of your head, a flat back. If you cannot find a flat back here, no big deal. Bend your knees. As long as your back is flat, that's all I'm looking for. Don't care if your legs are straight or bent. Sometimes I do, not important here. All right, from here, keeping your back flat, turn to look to me, hello, and now reach your arm up. Inhale, everybody, press into the right hand. Exhale, rotate here. That's it. Inhale, press into the hand. Exhale, rotate. If it hurts to have your arm up, if you have shoulder issues, great option right here on your lower back. Still, then you can roll the shoulder back, yeah. Inhale, press into the hand. Exhale, reach up higher. That's it. Keeping your back long. Can you press your tailbone away from you? Press it back in that direction. That direction. Alrighty. Inhale, pressing into your hand, rotate. Just one more breath. And come on down. Walk to the front foot. Turn and face forward into a lunge. Alrighty. Let's take this hand to the inside of the foot and open on up. So if you want, you can look down to the left hand or you can look up to the right. Keeping your shoulder against your thigh. So right here, making that connection. And now let's return the right hand down. Here's a good suggestion for today. Place it on the edge of the mat. Walk your foot over to the other edge of the mat. And let's just rotate here. A nice wide open twist. Inhale, press into the right hand. Exhale, lift the left hand up. And if you want to, you can even take that left hand onto the left hip, drop it down a little bit more, and then return the hand up. Alrighty. Hands down. Let's step back to down dog. Right foot up between the hands. Almost forgot which foot this was. Sorry. And turn now to the side here. And again, holding on to the back of the calves. Press your body through. Let it go. As you're here, really try to relax through the neck and shoulders and just hang. We're so used to gripping and holding on to certain areas that we forget what it's like to let go. Sometimes we just need to give ourselves permission to do so. Alrighty. So let's come on out of this and find that flat back. Remember, you can bend your knees. All the same rules apply on this side. Hand right underneath your nose. You can use a block. I think I'll use a block on this side just to feel something different. Find that flat back now. So belly button's pulling back. Hand is right underneath your shoulder. Spine is long and flat, and reach the right arm on up. Better here. Inhale, press into the left hand. Exhale, reach up. Remember, any issues, go right to here. It's all good. Roll that shoulder back though. Inhale, press into the left hand. Exhale, rotate here. Nice. Let's go again. Inhale, press into the hand. Exhale, a little more rotation. Keeping that back flat. Now point your sit bones to that wall. Press your tailbone and see if you can lengthen in your spine. One more breath. Inhale here. Exhale and reach. And hands come on down. All right, let's walk it to the front. Bring your hands onto the inside. Make this connection here with your inner thigh and your shoulder, and extend the left arm on up. Sink into it. Pressing into the right hand. All right. And let's take the twist in the other direction. So place the left hand down on the edge. Walk the right foot over. Keep that left hand here. And turn and reach, just for a nice open twist. As you notice, the knee is still over the ankle. You don't want it behind or in front. And then for a little bit more, if you wanted to take your hand onto that right hip, guide it down a little bit. Yeah, just guide it down. And then you can return your right hand on up when you're where you want to be. All right. On this side, everybody, we're just going to bring the hands down. Walk the right foot over. That's it, and come on down into pigeon. So for all of you who have ever been in my yoga class, I'm going to talk you through this one. My body doesn't like this pose. My hips don't open, I'm a hot mess. And I have nobody here to demonstrate it, so it's kind of frustrating. If you can though, you want to try to get this foot ready up to here, and still sink down. So you want to get your front from your ankle to your knee parallel to the front edge of the mat, still keeping your hips down. I can't do this. So I'm going to tuck mine back in by my groin, and everyone just come on down. So try not to tighten or grip into the lower body. Let your breath take you where you need to go. And you can go all the ways out if you wish. I personally love when I put my head on a block. You can grab a pillow. You're home, right? Grab a pillow. I'm not able to grab a pillow right now because I would have to leave my mat. So, your choice. You can always just let your head rest on whatever you have around you. And by taking the weight of your head out of the equation, you can really relax into your hips a little bit deeper. It's kind of magical. So if you have the opportunity, find something, whatever you can grab, rest your head on it, and see if you feel a little different when you open up your hips. So my suggestion is once this video is over, come back to this pose. It's a great pose, and you might want to hold it a little longer, but I'm just going to keep this moving. So hands down, let's press back into down dog. That's a good one to come back to. And I did try to keep today kind of more along the lines of Yoga 101, just so it's stuff that you can incorporate at any time of your day. You don't have to turn this video on or any other video. You can just try those poses on your own as well. All right, let's go up with the left foot this time. Walk it on over to the right hand. Do as I say, not as I do. And come on down. Go to where you feel you are best suited to be in this pose and walk it on out. Take whatever variation you like. I also think it can be fun sometimes to tuck the back toes under and to lift the knee off. Another good one is if you just want to walk that back leg, cross it over your midline. Right, so walk it over towards the left in this case. Sometimes prayer poses here with one elbow down, rotating. You can go to either side. You'll feel something different no matter which way you turn. Lots of options here. But the most important thing about this pose is to not tighten into the lower body. Stay relaxed. And of course, as I mentioned earlier, I always like to take my head out of the equation. Alrighty. Again, great pose to visit after this is done. Let's come on back into down dog just for the sake of time. All right, let's walk our hands back. So we're going to end up on the back of our mat and hang here. Take your first two fingers, they call this your peace fingers. Take them around your big toes. And now actively pull the crown of your head down to the mat. Notice my elbows are pointing away from each other. And use your breath. Inhale here. Exhale, pull yourselves down deeper. And again, inhale here. Exhale, let your body release. You are in charge right now of how much or how little you want to feel. All right, so it's up to you. But use your breath, let it go. Give yourselves permission to release, to feel something new. Remind yourselves you don't have to hold on to all that stress. Sometimes we get so used to it, we forget we don't have to do it. And now everybody just release your hands away from your feet. Tuck your chin on in and roll the body up. Inhale the breath here, reach up high to salute the sun. And exhale, just lower the hands by your heart. So our actual practice is completed, but I'd like to give you a little bit of a guided meditation if that's okay. So why don't you just come on back down onto your mats. Just find a comfortable place. All right, I'm just going to come to cross-legged position. And if that's all you want to go to is to join me in cross-legged position, have at it. But otherwise, just release down. All right, find a comfortable place on your mat, whatever works for you. So legs can be straight, they can be bent, you can be on your side, you can be seated. This is your time. All right, so as you're where you need to be, allow yourselves to release and use gravity to help you here. Help you to find that balance, even though you're lying down. Help you to release out and draw away any of those toxins that are still in your body. And just reconnect with your breath. So find an easy rhythm, everyone. And now focusing on your breath, bring your breath down into your toes. And just give them a little wiggle. And as you wiggle the toes, let go. Draw your breath back up into your ankles. Let it linger there. And then bring it back up into your knees. Have it flow up into your hips. And now, this might sound crazy, but I want you to tighten and grip every muscle in your legs and point your toes as hard as you can. That's it. Really use those muscles in the legs. Point your toes as hard as you can. Now, everybody, flex your feet as hard as you can. Draw the toes all the way back. Use those muscles in your legs. Ready for 3, 2, 1, and relax those legs. Relax your feet. Relax the muscles. That's it. Feeling your spine melting into your mat so that when you're able to stand up again, you'll actually see right where your spine was and imprinted yourself into your mat. So give in there. Turn your palms up to face up. Take your breath, let your breath wind its way around your spine, and notice all that space that you were able to create. We did some twisting today, we did a lot of extension, did some flexion. So we created some space in our spine. Just let your breath wind its way up your spine, let it wind your way down your spine. It should feel really good to just allow that flow to happen. And with your palms facing up, I want you to think about the breath down into your fingertips. Kind of give them a little wiggle. Feel the breath into your wrists, into your elbows, and into your shoulders. And everybody, lift your shoulders up by your ears. Yes, lift them up. Make 2 fists and tighten your fists as hard as you can. Try to use all of the muscles in your arms. That's it. Tense up everything you possibly can. All of the muscles there. From your shoulders to your hands. Grip. And now on the next breath, let go. Open the hands back up, and just let your body relax here. Feeling a little bit lighter. Whew. Sometimes it helps to bring those muscles and grip them, and then just let it go to really get yourself to relax. It's also a great technique to help you fall asleep if you ever have trouble falling asleep at night. All right, so ready for this one? Now, close your eyes. I want you to express on your face, remember nobody can see you. I want you to express at the same time happiness, go for it, anger, surprise, tiredness, stress, elation, love, really love. And now relax the muscles in your face. No need for any expression, just relax. Let your tongue slide to the back of your mouth. And just be your mind's eye. Think about that place right between your eyebrows. And look inside of yourself here. Look inside of yourself and realize that spending this last hour taking care of yourself was really important. And that as we're going through this crazy time, we need to make moments like this happen. Even if you can't turn on the computer and watch a yoga class, you can close your eyes and make a moment like this happen where you just decompress and you let it go. And it is really important for us right now to keep everything in balance. Not only standing in tree pose, but between the work that we're doing, the mental stress, and our ability to relax and to take care of ourselves from the inside out. So make moments like this happen as you're home, as you have a different schedule. Schedule time for you. And now everyone, just reach your arms up over your head, reach your fingertips away from your toes, and then just gently hug your knees into your chest. And let's just rock and roll on up, and you can just join me right here in cross-legged position. Little wardrobe. Everyone there? It's okay, take your time. All right. So feeling your sit bones pressing down, let's just close our eyes and turn our palms up. So one of my favorite people in class taught me this finish to a yoga class. You want to take the right corner of your mouth and bring it back to your ear. And then take the left corner of your mouth and bring it back to your left ear.
So you're pulling, in case you're not following along, you're pulling both corners of your mouth back to your ears. And everybody just please hold that pose for as long as you can today. Thank you so much for joining me here.